If you've ever worked with RGB pixel strings, you know they can be problematic for signal problems, especially if you have gaps in between your strings. These are all supposed to be purple like that one over there. And these here are all supposed to be solid yellow. But I've got signal trouble and I haven't even put them on my house yet. So I've got two different booster boards here. This one is from DrZzs and this one is an F-Amp from Falcon controllers. I'm going to show you the difference between the two and let you know what my preference is. Coming up. In my control box here, you can see I have a DrZz which has two outputs. This one output is going to go to these strings, which are going to go on the roof line, and then this string here of pixels is going to go into the wreath. And that's going to be farther away from these. There's going to be a gap between here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 10-foot extension and I'm going to insert that in here. Now what you see is just with a 10-foot extension, these are starting to freak out. They should be solid colors and all of that lavender color. Now if I put a 20-foot extension, now here you can see with the 20-foot extension on, I only have one pixel is purple, the other one is red, and the rest are off completely. This is not a power problem, it is a signal problem. So what I need to do is put in a signal booster here. Now similarly on the other channel, I have 3 strings of pixels that are going to go onto an evergreen tree, and then this is going to go on ground stakes in front of the garden. But there's going to be a gap here, so I'm going to take this apart and put in a 10-foot extension. Now here you can see I've changed the color to yellow and they are flaking out. So similarly, 2 different situations, 2 different channels, but wherever I introduce a gap, I have signal problems. So the first one I'm going to test is this signal booster board from DrZzs, and the second one is an F-Amp from Falcon controllers. I've taken the DrZzs booster board and I put it in between the middle of a 10-foot cable. This is an extension cable so that I'm basically using them as long pigtails. So it's a 10-foot cable, and I'm going to try in both of these situations and see if this resolves the problem. Now, I'm going to do it from the end of where the last good light is, which is over here. I'm going to take that and put it in front, or in the middle, I should say, of this 20-foot extension. And here you can see it solves the problem. So these are now purple. And this is a 20-foot extension plus this 10-foot extension. So this is 30 feet from the end of that string. And this one works great. Now let's take it and try the other side. Now again, this is a 10-foot extension. Okay, now here you can see no more blinking. They are all solid yellow. That works perfectly. So now I've actually doubled this. It's now 2 10-foot extensions. This is now 20 feet. I'm going to, just for grins, let's take this. We're going to add this 20-foot extension on here and see what happens. So with all these extensions connected, I have 40 feet between the ends of these pixels and the beginning of this C9 string. And this is connected with the DrZzs signal booster board. All right, now I'm going to repeat these tests with the Falcon. Okay, you can see I've got these back to where they are glitching. This one only has 1 purple pixel. They're all supposed to be purple. And this one is supposed to be yellow completely, and you can see they are blinking different colors. So I've taken the F-Amp and I put it in between exactly where the booster board was, and I'm just going to try this in both of these scenarios, and let's see if this is any different than the other booster. All right, you can see it works in this scenario. They're all purple. That's the way they should be. And over here you can see they are all yellow, nice and solid the way they're supposed to be. But let's extend it again and let's put them together and see what happens then. So here again, I have 40 feet of extensions in between these 2 sets. And you can see solid yellow, no problem, no glitching. So both of these will do the job. Which one do I recommend? Well, if you're going to be using these outside, you really got to go with the weatherproof one. So the F-Amp is enclosed in this plastic case and it's filled with epoxy, so it's completely weathertight. Now the ends on them, obviously these are ones that are soldered, but you can get them with X connectors so that you could put them in between any of your strings or between extension cords, anything that you want. But these, obviously, these are the soldered kind, so I'm going to solder them into the end of a string when I go to install them. Now, how do they compare in cost? Well, DrZzs sells these for $5.50 a piece plus shipping, and Falcon sells the F-Amp in a pack of 5 for $20 plus shipping. But that's $4 a piece, $5.50 versus $4 a piece. So if you can use 5 of them, these are actually cheaper. This one has an advantage in that you can inject power if you need to, but it has a disadvantage in that it's not weatherproof, so you have to put it in some kind of a weatherproof box. I put mine in a weatherproof box, and the box cost me $10, which was actually more than the cost of the board itself. So if you're going to do this, I really think the F-Amp is a bargain, honestly. So I would get them. I'd get them with the kind of connectors that you need, and don't even bother soldering. So I'll leave links to all these things down in the video description below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. If you need shade on your deck or patio this summer, check out Toya Grid Pergola Kits. You source the lumber locally and can assemble this modular system in as little as 30 minutes. Check the video description for links to videos and more information about Toya Grid.